The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. And out there in Miami, back home in South Florida, we have a man that really needs no introduction, for he is known the world over. It's the one, it's the only, it's Pops.
Yeah, welcome to True School Sports, everybody, and let's get it, Brandon. Let's talk. What's the topic of the day?
So listen, I gotta keep it 100 with you guys. It's a bit of a slow week in boxing, so what Blair Cobbs picked the perfect time to just steal the headlines, because there really isn't a whole ton going on in the sport. So if it seems like, True School, your last 2-3 videos been about Blair Cobbs, well, ain't really shit going on. That's why we talking about Blair Cobbs. And look, yesterday when we were live, we had just found out the news that Virgil Ortiz had pulled out of the fight due to his condition or whatever. Now we got an update. Blair Cobbs has now been elevated to main event. He'll be taking on Alexis Rocha, which was initially slated to be the co-main event, in the main event. And that's the main event. Michael Mckinson, on the other hand, he moves down from main event to co-main event, and luckily for him, he still gets a chance to fight on the card against the 24-3 with 18 knockouts Mexican fighter Jesus Antonio Perez Campos, who has not boxed since December of 2019. So the show will go on. I'm still going to LA. I mean, I was going to LA regardless of what happened with this card, but the show will continue. We will get a card this weekend.
Yeah, and even Blair Cobbs was trying to step up to instead of fighting Alexis Rocha, he wanted to fight Mckinson, but McKinson's team didn't want to take the fight because they train for orthodox fighter, not a southpaw. So yeah, that's what happened there with that. That they
is that what happened? Where'd you find that out?
Yeah, Unboxing Scene was talking about it. That he came out. They came out and said that he actually asked, and McKinson's team said no because they trained for a right-handed fighter, not a left-handed fighter. So that's what happened there. So be it. I mean. Okay. I'm really, like you said, I understand what you say, that most fighters have taking a last minute fight. It's not really good to do on 3 days notice. But I mean, yeah, like that. But I just still think Golden Boy should always have a plan B in case have another fighter training while this is going on, so they have a better opponent. Because at the end of the day, the fans, I guarantee you, the ticket sales ain't that high no more. I guarantee you.
Well, Golden Boy's in a position now that no matter what the hell happens, they're gonna lose money regardless. They're losing money on this show regardless. With no Virgil, they're losing money.
Yeah,
like so they can get a great replacement opponent. It doesn't matter. Virgil was the main one that was selling most of the tickets. Most people were there to see Virgil. He's not on the card, so a lot of people are asking for a refund.
Wow.
But you know what? We can't cry over spilt milk. But by the way, if you're here right now, shout out to all 5 of you that are here. Make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment, all that good stuff, and we'll definitely get to you. But we can't cry over spilt milk. Like, I think Alexis Rocha versus Blair Cobbs is a good fight. I was going ahead and I was rewatching some Alexis Rocha fights earlier, and he kind of has like a bit of a Earl Spence type of style, southpaw, seek and destroy type style, heavy-handed, likes to come forward, likes to come and fight. Blair Cobbs likes to come and fight too, but Blair Cobbs is a bit chinny, so that might not be the best case of strategy for Blair Cobbs against Rocha. He might need to just like box this fight and kind of mix it up. But I think this fight, I think where people are complaining, where people are finding a lot of ways to down the card and whatnot, I really feel like this fight being in the main event has a chance to really steal the not steal the show, but in a way kind of like save the show.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think it would have made a difference if Cobb getting the fight with McKinson? Would that make a difference between him being a better fight between him? Would you prefer to see Cobb and McKinson or Cobb and Alex Rocha, in your opinion?
I'd rather see Cobb and McKinson, but I'm also about doing what's right. And Alexis Rocha also trained hard for this opportunity, so I don't feel like he should be left in the dark just because Virgil missed weight. I think Golden Boy actually did the right thing. Mckinson is fighting a guy that has been inactive, but a tough Mexican fighter in Jesus Antonio Campos, who has not ever been stopped He's lost 3 times, but he's never been stopped, and he goes rounds, and he has 18 knockouts of his 24 wins. So he's not a pushover either. And
right.
With this being on short notice, you can't overlook someone like this on short notice is the kind of guy that'll knock you in the fucking next week. So you need to be
right.
You know,
so don't sleep on it then.
Don't sleep on him. Shout out to my guy Lance Meyer. What's good, champ? Good to see you. He says True School Sports. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one and only the El Intocable. You know, Jordan Good. What's up, champ? Good to see you as well. Yeah. But another thing, Pops. We'll get back to the matchups in a second, and we'll touch on some other things in boxing. Also, if you guys have any questions, drop them down below, and I'll definitely be happy to answer them because we're not going to be here for a long time today. This will probably be like an hour to hour 15-minute live. But Pops, by any chance, did you see Blair Cobbs today? He was accusing Virgil Ortiz of being on steroids.
Yeah, I seen the video. The video you put out. I'm not gonna. I love Blair Cobbs, but I just think that I think he's going too far with that. But I mean, you can't if you don't really have the proof in the pudding. Because I see Virgil being more. I don't get the impression that Virgil would cheat himself like that. His personality does not fit the role type.
You think so?
I don't see that. I don't see that from Virgil. Although I know you did bring out a video that Virgil did have problem making weight in some other fight that he had way back in the day. So, I mean, the questions could be there. Just how much like does Cobb want for himself?
I mean, look,
you know what I'm saying?
I know like how boxing is. I don't really put it past anybody. I don't give a fuck what the personality is. I don't care how nice they seem. I know that this is a very corrupt. I know that this is a very corrupt game. Not saying that Virgil did it, but all I'm saying is like if he's never tested positive for it, you can't say for sure that he's on steroids. You know,
right? And then
because if you say that. And there's no proof, then it just seems like you're creating things out of thin air. Not to say that he's not on it, but you know.
Yeah, I was reading the I was reading one of your comments. The guy was telling me what Virgil got, whatever it's called, starts with an R. That he got diagnosed with. That literally, the guy was saying that literally that happens to a lot of fighters that do that process like that. Especially when the last couple of pounds they got to, whether it's called rehydrate to whatever weight they got to be. So basically, what the guy was saying in your comment was that Cobb is just talking shit about the whole situation.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you
never know. I've heard both because I've seen people say that it does. That condition is linked to steroid use. I have seen people say there is. I haven't done the research for myself, so I don't have my own opinion yet. I just know that I've heard both sides. I've heard both sides.
Yeah. So I guess don't just take it for the doubt. Don't be on either side. Just stay neutral, basically.
And that's kind of how I am. Until I actually go and do my own research, I don't really have an opinion.
No, I don't think you should. I mean, what for? If we don't really like exactly until you do your own research and find out for yourself what the costs and effects are from whatever way the process is to rehydrate or whatever the cost may be. And that way you can get clarity on that, you know. So the show goes on, like your song says.
The show goes on. Speedy recovery to Virgil Ortiz. But back to the main event. So, you know what, Pops? I really feel like this weekend with Blair Cobbs should be an example to a lot of fighters that you don't gotta have the big promoter behind you. You don't gotta have the best skills. You don't have to have any of that. If you're a certain type of way, if you're good at self promotion and you're good at, and you market yourself in a way that resonates with people, that gets people excited to see you fight, you can get put in the main events. Because if you look on paper, right, Blair Cobbs really is a 32, 33-year-old prospect, so to speak. Like if he wins this fight, you know, as my boy Johnny says, if he wins this fight against Alexis Rocha, you could say he's a contender after this fight because he's beating a guy that's 18-1, good solid level. But he really is a 33-year-old prospect headlining a show just off the strength of his ability to get people intrigued about him fighting. So, Pops, what do you make of just how Blair Cobbs has been getting people generating interest in his career.
I mean, I like the fact that when you got a fighter like that can bring attention to himself and charisma, and imitating Blair the Flair, who the great Flair in WWF, and just know how to use what that guy did to incorporate it into your boxing and your personality. I think it says a lot about Blair the Flair. I mean, he was talking about all kinds of shit. We all seen it in the gym when he was going off about everything. He says, "Don't be a hero, let go of your zero." You know what I mean? So basically, what he's saying was like, I sometimes gonna go anyways, but if you don't take risks, you just don't know. So he was talking about all the other fighters and everything. His personality, for me, is what boxing needs. Believe it or not.
Yeah, in a major way, because I think I'm not advocating for fighters to be someone that they're not. If you're not the talkative type, don't try to be the talkative type and be someone you're not. But if you have that personality where you can talk and you have a personality, and you choose not to use it because of whatever reason, then you're really cheating yourself. Because look at Blair Cobbs. Look, Pops. Blair Cobbs has taken over the whole damn week. Like I know there's other fights this weekend, like Berlanga's fighting, Regis Prograis fight. Like there's more talented fighters fighting this weekend than Blair Cobbs. But for some strange reason, this is what I want to. This is the thing that's most interesting is Blair Cobbs.
But it's a prime example what you were saying, Brandon, that fighters get upset when people don't know shit about them, even when they are good, because they don't know how to come out and promote and speak up and make themselves better and get the attention of the public. So you only can be mad at yourself. I mean, you have to know how to carry yourself. Like one big guy, God bless him, rest in peace, Hector Macho Camacho. He had the best charisma. He had the personality. Motherfucker could talk all kinds of shit. He did whatever. And rest in peace to him. They actually caught the 5 guys that murdered him or something. I was reading on boxing team, but his charisma, his personality, Adrian Broner's personality, that you can bring yourself out. You only can blame yourself when people don't know about you. Unless, like you say, if you're a quiet, subtle guy that don't like to talk and just do all your talking in the ring.
No, absolutely.
You take that example. Take the example of Dubois. Dubois in the Dream. Dubois don't talk shit. He got no personality. Same with the Dream. So, you know what I mean?
How about Virgil Ortiz? Virgil Ortiz don't really have no personality like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I heard one person describe Virgil Ortiz one time as a mute because he don't talk. But that's just not him,
right? I mean, I know. You also have said that sometimes when you talk to fighters, just recently when you were at the Charlo the Legends fight, you were saying it was hard to get words out from either or because it's so quiet, So I mean, that's their personality. That's what fits them. But when what I'm saying, when the majority of boxers don't take their platform and try to make it better for them, like Blair the Flair is doing, then you only can hate yourself. It don't matter. It don't matter if he's making any sense or he's not making no sense. But guess what? He got the cameras looking at him. You know what I'm saying? And he's got the attention. You got Berlanga fighting. I'm a shit about Berlanga. You got Prograis fighting. I'm a shit about them. We don't know nothing about them. Not one thing about them. But you definitely hear about Blair Flair.
Because Blair Cobb stole the whole week. He stole the whole damn week so far. He still got to fight. Like, he got to perform. But Joe says, my guy Joe.
Have to do it.
Joe says, Blair the Flair. I want to see this dude in a big fight. I love his attitude. Me too, man. I've been a fan of his the whole time he's been a prospect. I've been a fan of his ever since I seen Devin Haney getting schooled by him in sparring all those years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, go ahead, Pops. Go ahead.
I was saying, Blair the Flair. What he's done, he's actually brought, like I was saying before, he's brought a lot of attention to himself, but he's done it in a way where the public is willing to listen to him and get the attention to the fight that he wants. And that's what you want to do. You want to do that. If you don't do that, you're not going to get your exposure. Like I said, if you're a quiet guy, I get it. But if you can talk and walk and do it, go ahead and do it. What do you got to lose? Yeah, you
got nothing to lose. Jordan Goodness says, what do you think about Sonny White Chocolate Edwards? Yeah, man, Sonny Edwards. Funny enough, like that's how crazy he's been this week. Like, Sonny Edwards is fighting this week on that Pro Bellum card. I love Sonny Edwards. I think Sonny Edwards, pound for pound, is one of the best defensive fighters in the sport. I know Eddie Hearn has been talking a lot recently about making Sonny Edwards against Julio Cesar Martinez next in the unification fight. To me, for my money right now, that's the fight in the flyweight division. Even with Martinez getting his ass beat by Chocolatito, I still think it's a great fight.
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. And then he came out on Instagram and he was saying that too. He says, "I'm gonna take care of fight Martinez, and then I'm going for some Chocolatito." So he's already looking forward to that fight, Sonny Edwards. So put the brakes on. Worry about Martinez because we can't discredit him, even though he was overwhelmed by the legend Chocolatito. We know what he's capable of doing, and that at his weight class.
Yeah. Did you watch Jamal on the Mike Tyson podcast? Mike kept on trying to get Charlo to call out Benavidez and other fighters. Jamal wouldn't do it. Nah, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I'll probably go ahead and watch it later on tonight or tomorrow when I have some time. But listen, we touched on Charlo yesterday a lot at length. He's over here pissing away his career, not really doing anything substantial to really put the boxing game on notice as to who he is. Like Jamal Charlo is a talented fighter, has tools to be better than what he is, but he don't want no smoke. He don't want no smoke with Andre. He don't want no smoke with Benavidez. He don't want no smoke with anybody.
What better platform if you wanted to fight somebody on the Mike Tyson podcast? Know what I'm saying? You say you're all this and you're all that, but you're not doing nothing. You're just collecting a paycheck. So I'm done with Jamal Charlo. I want to talk about Jamel. I love Jamel. Jamel's like the greatest thing on rice right now for me.
Why you say that? Why is he the greatest thing on rice?
By the way he carries himself, by the way he talks, whether he wants to fight fighters or don't want to fight fighters, come and see me. He's more electric than Jamal. He's more real than Jamal.
Yeah.
Than Jamal. I'm sorry. That's why.
Okay. Majestic TV says, with all due respect, BT, where is your mother? She's in Florida. She's chilling. She in Florida chilling. We ain't gonna get into that here, champ. JJ Romano says Jamal was looking like a real sucker on the hot boxing with Mike Tyson. Yeah, so hey, you guys put me on game. I haven't even had a chance to watch it yet. Someone did text it to me earlier, but I haven't had a chance to go ahead and watch it. I'm making it my priority to watch it tonight, because if we see any sort of sucker shit, we're gonna have to
well, I'm pretty
make a
sure
video about it.
I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson told him off air, like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" I'm surprised you knocked the shit out of him.
Yeah. Earl saying he will put Ugas to sleep. We'll see when the time comes. We'll see when the time comes. At least he's focused on Ugas and not talking about what he's doing next. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Last question: are you going to the Boo Boo fight in the UK? I have no clue about that one. I would say right now, probably not, because of all the COVID stuff. I don't want to take the jab, as they call it, and I'm not going to under any circumstances. So probably not, but I'm probably gonna go. What I do want to do is maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before the fight, I want to set something up to where I could go to Providence and talk to Demetrius Andrade myself and get some footage of him. That would be ideal.
Would you gotta get that footage that they were telling you about yesterday?
Oh, the DVD. The DVD, yeah, the DVD.
Something. Yeah, so yeah. With that.
Yeah. Hamilton says that he was actually getting mad that Mike kept on asking him about Benavidez. Well, shit. Like, what do you want him to do? Ask you about Brandon Adams, Montiel? Like Charlo ain't been in no fights to talk about. Like, as far as his whole run at 160, he ain't really been in no fights at 160 to talk about. Like, what do you want him to do? If he felt that way about Benavidez, if Mike would have asked him about Andre, that's what Mike should have asked him about.
Yeah,
Mike probably go ahead.
No, Mike was just probably just trying to get him to answer something, grab his balls and answer something real. Basically, that's what he's saying. Like, answer something, dude. You're shying away from everything I'm trying to throw at you. That just tells you all you need to know about Jamal Charlo. Seriously. Straight up
and down. But listen, man, I want to kind of pivot back to this Blair Cobbs versus Alexis Rocha fight, Pops, because I didn't really get a chance to talk about the style matchup enough. This is a good style matchup. This is a good style matchup. Like Alexis Rocha, I think has he has the power, he has the ferocity, he has the pressure to really hurt Blair Cobbs and potentially ruin the hype train before it even gets going. Very heavy-handed, very strong. Has a good jab, physically strong as well. Blair, I've seen Blair against this type of style before against smaller guys like Esteban Villalobos. And I remember, he got hurt in that fight. I seen him get dropped by another Mexican fighter. I think it was that dude Cervantes. I think that was his name, Cervantes. He got dropped by him. Blair, I'm very intrigued to see like what kind of strategy Blair comes with because, I don't think that standing toe to toe with Alexis Rocha favors Blair. I think that would actually favor Blair in the early parts of the fight to box and move. Because if he comes out there trying to fight Alexis Rocha, he won't get hurt. That's what I think.
So you're basically, I was looking at, I know I'm probably wrong with how I'm judging it, Brendan, but I usually look at the KOs they've got. They're pretty much fairly about this. One's got 12 and one's got 10. I mean, but you seen Alex Rocha live, right? And you seen what he's all about, and you're saying he's more heavy hit.
Alexis Rocha has fought much better competition. He's fought better competition than Blair.
And what do you see? What is the strongest point for Rocha? What do you say?
His head, he doesn't have like one punch knockout power or anything like that, but he's got very heavy hands. So like if you let him land, if he's throwing 2 or 3 punches in a combination or 4 punches in a combination and he lands like 2 of them, you're gonna really feel them. You're gonna really feel them. So I think it's very important for Blair, especially in the early rounds, to not get into a firefight with Alexis Rocha. Box, move, counter punch. Pick your spots when to fight, but don't stay there for too long because, like I said, Blair Cobbs isn't exactly Canelo Alvarez or George Chuvalo when it comes to having a chin. And I'm serious. His chin isn't the best. I've seen him get dropped. I've seen him get hurt. I mean, shit. In his last fight against Brad Solomon, who's old and faded, past his prime, he barely won. It was a split decision.
Yeah. And, so who do you got in the fight winning? It
could go either way, but if I had to pick a fighter to win this fight, I'm gonna go with the most exciting man in boxing. I'm gonna go Blair Cobbs. I'm gonna go Blair Cobbs to get it done, not by UD, not by stoppage, but I'm gonna say Blair Cobbs wins a close and maybe even a controversial majority decision.
Yeah, and I was looking at the rankings, and I think Alex Rocha is ranked higher than Blair. So Blair actually beats Rocha. It's good for him.
Blair is actually the betting. He's the betting underdog in this fight.
Wow. Yeah, but
I saw the odds. Blair Cobbs is a plus 175, which he's not a massive underdog, but he's an underdog nonetheless. So if you were to go to the casino right now and you were to place $100 on Blair Cobbs and he beat Rocha, you would get $175 back. You would make $75.
Right. So I'm just gonna. So you say the UD then, both the UD then, basically. UD.
No, not a UD. A majority decision.
Okay.
I'm saying that Blair's gonna get a draw on one card, and then the other two judges are gonna give Blair the fight by like a point or two. Like it's gonna be a close fight. I don't see Blair blowing out Rocha.
Right.
Maybe Rocha could possibly hurt Blair and stop him. But if this fight goes a distance, I don't see it being a lopsided fight either way. I don't think Blair is gonna beat. I don't think Blair is gonna beat Rocha more decisively than Rashid Ellis did if he does win.
Yo, I wish he would have come. He was on a card. I just put him on a card, but whatever. We can't talk about that. Go ahead.
Jesus says, so the promotion did not give Blair the Mckinson fight. No, they didn't. And you know what? A lot of people were upset about it. I've seen a lot of people like today on YouTube and the comment sections and videos and stuff bitching and moaning. I'm not bitching and moaning about it because, first of all, Alexis Rocha versus Blair Cobbs is a great fight. And I don't think that Alexis Rocha should be frozen out of opportunity he worked hard for just because Virgil didn't make weight. Get Mckinson. They got Mckinson an opponent, a guy that is tough, yes, can do some good things, but a guy that he should beat. So if Mckinson beats his opponent, Jesus Antonio, whatever his name was, who's 24-3 with 18 knockouts, if he beats him, then Mckinson can fight on Golden Boy shows probably in the future. They have a working relationship with Matchroom because they're on the same platform with the Zone. But you know, I really feel like, you know what, people are gonna complain because that's the nature of boxing fans. But I don't see much reason to complain. Mckinson is not a big name in America, right? Most people don't know who he is. Like, most people don't know who Mckinson is, and
my wife cooked with onions, so the whole freaking room got this onions thing. That's why I keep rubbing my eyes and stuff.
The room's on the other side of the house. How is it?
You can literally eat the whole onion, like the whole onion stuff. You can still like. Oh my god! So don't think I'm going crazy because I'm on shit. It's my eyes with that.
Okay.
So I was gonna go. What you say, BT? I'm sorry. What you gonna say? I'm gonna say one thing. Blair Flair offered the fight to the Mckinson team, but the Mckinson team turned it down because Mckinson only trade for right-handed fighters, not southpaws.
Well, shit. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
no, I was
fair.
saying him. Yeah.
But like even if look, I think everything's played out perfectly. Like Rocha gets his opportunity to be like Blair and Rocha are both fighters in the Golden Boy stable that I'm happy to get an opportunity to shine because they both do deserve the platform to shine. Mckinson, as much as I like Mike, he's not a big name in America, so it's good that that he's not the main event, because I'll tell you this: if Mckinson was fighting this Mexican dude in the main event, there would probably be even more refunds.
Wow, yeah. So I mean, so you're saying the main event is still going to be a decent fight, basically what you're telling me.
The main event, the current main event right now with Cobbs and Rocha, even if Mckinson and Virgil would have fought, I think this would still be the better fight.
Okay, right. Yeah. Either way, regardless, yeah.
And Johnny agreed with me. Johnny said it is.
That Mckinson, who he fought, would have been a better fight?
Huh?
The winner becomes a contender, my boy.
That's right. The winner of this fight possibly becomes a contender.
A contender for what? For
the welterweight division. Yeah.
Jesus, but I mean, okay. I'll let it be. I'm just gonna say like Golden Boy gonna get. I'm gonna say you're gonna say a memorandum to all the damn promoters and the managers and say your plan B. You need to have 2 fighters training after the both.
All right. So pops. Instead of you complaining, because we're not complainers over here on True School Sports. We're gonna be solution oriented. If you were Golden Boy Promotions and you had all the power and you had the power to get Michael Mckinson a replacement opponent, who would you get as your replacement opponent? And you know what? I'll make it easy for you. I'll make it easy for you.
But isn't Rashidi Wallace Rashidi what's his name?
Ellis?
Yeah, isn't he in the isn't he a welterweight? Isn't he a talented welterweight?
He is a talented welterweight.
Okay, then he should be consistently training more so that because he doesn't get a fight. To prepare for any fight, you're supposed to be ready at any call to get the fight and when you get the fight.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's not about most fighters, pops. I'm trying to tell you, most fighters who are worth anything in boxing are not taking a fight on 3 days' notice. They're not.
I know.
It doesn't matter if they're ready, not ready. They're not gonna do that.
Okay.
They're not. It is what it is. I'm telling you how it is. I'm not telling you how it should be. I'm not telling you how I wish it was. I'm telling you how it is.
Right. Okay. Good call on that one. Then I'm just saying,
but look. We're still going to be solution oriented, so we're going to do this. I'm going to go to screen share. We're going to go. Okay. We're going to go for the box rate rankings, and you tell me, apart from Rashidi Ellis, because look, pops, don't even mention Rashidi Ellis because we know Golden Boy ain't doing shit for Rashidi Ellis. There's a disconnect there between Golden Boy and Rashidi Ellis, so that's not realistic. It's just not realistic. Right. You know, I'm of the mindset that Golden Boy Golden Boy is waiting for his contract to run out so they can just be done with him. Or they're gonna use Rashidi Ellis later on as an opponent for Virgil. That it's gonna be one of the two. That's what I really think.
Right. Just name me something. I can't see with this thing. I'm using my phone. I did go to box rec. I was looking at a lot of opponents on the welterweight. Mikey Garcia at welterweight.
All right. soon as it loads up, I'll start naming it for you.
Okay. And who you guys think?
Yeah.
If there was any other welterweights that could be available to fight, who would you like to see a Mckinson fight?
Hold on, this thing's not loading up. Let me see. Here we go. I don't know why this thing's taking so long.
It's okay, Brandon. I was looking at all that earlier. I should have made the list.
So we'll go through it. We'll go through it. I'm not gonna go too high up the ranking. We'll start at 49. We'll start at 49 because
okay.
All right, we'll start at 49 because 49 right here is the golden boy fighter. But you probably don't. I would like that fight for Mckinson. But Golden Boy probably wouldn't want that fight because they like Gurriel and they got big plans for him. And he's only 11-0, so they probably would say no. That fight's not happening. Okay.
Wow.
Who else? You got Javier. Okay, you got Javier Molina, who was a good fighter, solid fighter.
Okay.
He beat Amir Imam, but then he lost to, I think it was Pedraza. Okay. Whatever. Like, it has to also, you gotta mind you, it can't just be a guy that's a good fighter. It has to be a guy that's bringing some sort of like he's gonna be able to sell some tickets, you know?
Yeah, but if like that's what I'm saying. You gotta have a fighter that's gonna sell some tickets, not one that's not gonna sell no fucking tickets and nobody nothing about. You and I know
the most guys that would. The thing is, the most guys that would take these fights on short notice, on 3 days' notice, aren't big ticket sellers. So it's a catch-22.
Right.
It's not easy to find. Like it's not as easy as just just find a better opponent.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but then like when I did my research on these two guys on what's his name, Sasado and Perez, they both haven't fought in 2018 and 2019. They're fucking ancient, if you ask me.
But you know what? They'll want to take the fight anyway. One SFS says the main event is a solid event for the Indio Casino. It's not good enough for a high-level scholar event like the Galen Center. That's funny.
Good point. Yeah.
Andre says it's funny because a lot of the stuff that Blair Cobbs says is true. It is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, going back to the steroid thing with Virgil, right? And again, I'm not accusing Virgil Ortiz of taking steroids, but I'm not ruling nothing out because this is boxing. And it is what it is. Like, people want to say he's crazy, he's being a hater, but crazier. Listen, Pops, not to say that Virgil's on steroids, because I want to keep saying that, but if it did come out that Virgil was on any sort of PED, crazier things have happened in boxing than a young not PEDs. Like,
yeah, but I'll be honest with you, and I'm gonna go further than that. I got a good feel for his dad. That doesn't mean shit. I know what you're saying. Doesn't mean the damn thing. His dad's just in there, but for me, the way he
what that mean? Himself, what does that mean though?
What that mean is he's not gonna let his son go through the shit he's going through to endanger his life. Like even with this, he was the one that recognized his son. Remember when we just seen the fight with?
Man, I'm sorry, Pops. I'm sorry. I've been around. I'm sorry, Pops.
Hold on. I know you're gonna respectfully hit this out. When we saw him in gear, we knew McGee was fucked up, dehydrated, whatever. We knew he was messed up, even though he said he just fell asleep, right? His dad, I'm talking about Virgil Sr., recognized his son wasn't right before the ring and everything, and he called it out. He took him to the hospital, and thank God he did, because he would have had liver damage and kidneys and whatever else. So I don't the feel that I got for his dad. I wouldn't say something about Eddie Reynoso. I would not say that about Canelo Sr. I would not say that about other fighters.
They were gonna work with Eddie Reynoso.
Huh?
They were gonna work with Eddie Reynoso.
I just know enough. I don't like. I go by what I see.
Virgil was gonna work with Eddie Reynoso.
Huh?
They were gonna work with Eddie Reynoso. Why is that like a crazy thing?
No, they weren't going to work with Eddie. They were there supposedly for that. But the problem is, and this is the problem with Eddie Reynoso, he's not reliable enough. And I get it. If you got a gold, if you got gold, right? You got gold, and I got silver. And which one are you going to invest on more? Which one's worth more? Gold, right? Yeah. So Reynoso's putting like 95% of his time to Canelo, and then whatever he's got left for the other fighters. I just think his dad did the right move. It was too much pressure for him, but nothing was time for that. I just think his dad, the way he was talking from that first interview with that, I ain't gonna say the child I don't like, The person he gave my respect.
I'm just waiting for you to finish. I'm waiting for you to finish.
If I meet somebody and I get a good vibe or I get a bad vibe, I will let you know straight up if I do. Yeah. So
I don't listen. I've been around boxing for way too long. I've seen too much shit in these gyms. Okay. When money's involved, or multiple millions of dollars involved, I don't give a fuck what feelings you get from anybody. I'm serious. I'm serious. It doesn't matter.
But I want to clear this, but I'm not saying feels like a woman emotional and all this shit. I'm saying when I get a good vibe of you, of the person I see you talking to.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that.
So you're saying that his dad could have come up for him.
I'm gonna tell you what I really think. I'm gonna tell you what I really think. Okay, this is what I really think, Pops. And for the 17th year, you can take this and do what you want. But
right,
this fight with Mckinson and Virgil was initially slated for January 22nd, 2022. Right?
Okay.
They first started negotiating this fight in late November. Okay. The fight got pushed back from January 22nd to March 19th, and nobody knows why it got pushed back. It probably got pushed back because they know that Virgil couldn't make the weight. They gave Virgil more time to make the weight, and I don't rule it out that Virgil could use something to cut weight, something that's not legal. But while I'm saying that, also, I also know that in boxing, the same motherfuckers that accuse guys of taking PEDs be taking them the most. So I don't rule that Blair's on it either.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're not favoring either one. You just calling it the way you see it through your experience in the inside and the dark side of boxing.
I'm just calling how it is. People can say, "Oh, BT, you're this, you're that." No, man. All I know is that money makes people do crazy things. Money, right. When you got all this money, fame, status, all this stuff is on the line, and you just trying to and most fighters in boxing come from humble beginnings. They come from nothing. They come from the mud. They come from for lack of a better term, they come from shitholes. And you mean to tell me if I can take a supplement that's gonna get me down to a lower weight class where I'm gonna be bigger and stronger than everybody, I can knock motherfuckers out? You mean to tell me?
I don't think that. And I'm gonna say it again. I'm going for if I meet you and I'm vibing with you, I can feel something. But I'm talking about Virgil Senior, not Virgil's son. But I mean Virgil Junior. I'm saying
Virgil Senior is the same motherfucker that when I met him, he told me that Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez was close. I don't want to hear about what Virgil Senior got to say right now. With all respect and all love to Virgil Senior, this is the same guy told me that Josh Taylor Ramirez was close. I don't want to hear about Virgil Senior. At the end of the day, the only Virgil that truly matters is Virgil Jr. That's the one who fights. All right.
Yeah.
And what I do know about boxing, what I do know about these fighters is that sometimes, look, it's not even the fighter's fault. Some fighters are just like they're ignorant to a lot of things that go on outside of the ring because they're just focused on their training. And you get people, these parasites that hang around in camp, and they want to give fighters supplements and they sell them a good story, and then the fighter takes it, and then the fighter's a bad guy, but he didn't really do his due diligence, and he's the bad guy in the end because somebody that wouldn't give a fuck about him try to give them something, and they made a bad decision. It happens a lot more than you think in boxing. So all I'm saying is, look,
so you basically you tell me don't judge a book by its cover. Right?
Yeah, I don't. Just because someone may seem a certain way in interviews and in person, I don't go off of that because I've seen it. I've met so many people over the last 7 years in boxing. I've dealt with all personalities, all cultures, all walks of life. That I've seen people who are the nicest people in the world, saw the earth, and then. All right, so I'm not ruling out anybody being on steroids. Nobody, even the fighters I like.
I'm not saying. Yeah. Okay. You want to go to the comments or?
No. Yeah, we'll go to the comments. By the way, shout out to everybody here. Did y'all see Blair Cobbs' belly injection marks? Listen, I don't really hear him being on it, you know, and it's to a point where I've said this many times. I'll continue to say it. Boxing is at a point where it needs to draw a line in the sand. You either A, start fucking giving out lifetime bans for the first offense of any sort of steroids, or B, let them all take the shit as long as they report it a couple weeks in advance. And that's what I really believe. I really think there is no happy medium. There is no we're gonna no. You either ban the shit altogether, all right, lifetime bans, or you say, you know what, let everyone take the shit.
Right. Open up for everybody.
Huh?
Yeah. But how about when you take these what's it called, performance enhancing vitamins to make you better, and some of them are just they just actually blocked from the list or whatever. The people don't want you to take them or whatever the case may be. Because, I mean, the sanctioning bodies, they got them off the list, but all it is to give you more strength and more burnt metabolism or whatever the case, natural herb.
Listen, man. Listen. Anything that's banned, anything that helps you breathe more, anything that helps you get like a stronger, that's not fucking fruits, vegetables, and meats. Anything that's on the list, anything that's on the banned substance list, that's considered a PED. You know?
Okay.
You gotta stop. Like I hate to sound like I'm a simple man and that everything is so black and white.
You see it, man.
But bro,
call it
like
that.
Like fuck, it's black and white. You either on the shit or you're not on the shit.
That's it. Just say pop. You see
that. Because like when Valdez tested positive, right? I had people telling me, well, BT, it's only a diuretic. All right, well, but if it's only fucking a diuretic, then why is it on the WBC clean boxing program's ban list? It's just a diuretic.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And then the WB, and the funny thing is, like, when one of the big name Mexican fighters test, like, I'm sorry, so WBC in 2016 comes out with the clean boxing program where they're gonna work in association with VADA, right? Supposedly,
right?
They make sure everybody's on an even playing field, right? And literally, ever since that clean boxing program got when they started that, the shit had a whole list of banned substances. The minute someone that they like tests positive for one of the banned substances, they say no, it's not a PED.
Well, you're basically going back to that thing with Canelo, where they had a certain amount, and then all of a sudden they made the thing for Canelo eating more cows better. Remember the thing you were telling me about, the drug that they took to give Canelo like a pat? You told me like that WBC changed the rules right away. Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah,
they raised the clenbuterol about that show. Blair Cobbs is a big fan with PBC, but his ass just mad he couldn't get an opportunity. Blair Cobbs is a chinny ass bitch. He's talking smoke. He don't have Blair Cobbs going to lose. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, man. I think it's a great fight. Victor Conti, Victor Conti. Yeah, good point. The good point, Demon Slayer. Victor Conti, the biggest PED guru there is in like the whole world. The guy that the same motherfucker that was giving Barry Bonds and Shane Mosley all that shit. Him and the president of VADA are best friends. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me that?
Put one and one equals 2.
Yeah. Like, come on.
I got you.
So look, most fighters that we talk about or know of in the sport are on that shit. And you know what? It is what it is. The thing is, like, the thing is, a lot of people that aren't that don't cover the sport or that do watch the sport that are just realists, they know that look, boxing when there's this much money involved in status and prestige, people are gonna do crazy things for that money.
Right.
And to better themselves and better their families. You know, Pops, let me ask you a question, Pops. Now I know you're probably gonna give the integrity answer, but if I told you at a high level, and you either had the choice to box clean, and you're gonna box a guy who's on PEDs, and if you lose, you're gonna go from fighting for millions of dollars to fighting for like $10,000. If I told you all you gotta do is take a PED just to be on an even playing field with a guy, and if you beat him, you're gonna make millions of dollars, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna obviously the mentality is the way you rephrased it the first time. That's what a logical person will do. But me, I don't want to take pennies, but my integrity to the sport, to myself, I know I will never beat you because no matter how many fights have we watched, where we take for example, not to push shed light on Fulton. I love Fulton, very talented champion. The
Don't go there,
fight.
Pops. Don't go there, Pops.
Huh? Okay,
don't go there,
go somewhere else. Then.
Don't go there.
Okay, I've seen
don't
fights.
Go there.
Okay, I see. Okay, I go to other fights where I see the guy is beating the fuck out the other fighter, like literally beating the shit out of him, and he still hasn't fallen. And you're like, well, that's when it comes to questioning. You say, well, damn, maybe he's on something. And then we have both organizations protesting to blame because they're not consistent with their actions.
Yeah, it's because there's too many black and white. It's too much black and white. It's too many gray areas. I should say, not black and white. I wish it was black and white. There's too many gray areas. And when you have think about it, Pops. When you have the biggest sanctioning body in the world, the WBC, working in association with VADA drug testing, what's it gonna think about it, right? Think about it. What's it gonna cost the WBC to slip VADA a nice donation and say, hey, cover this up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. I know it's like you say, if you are the biggest star in boxing, no matter what you do wrong, it can always money talks, bullshit walks. So basically, you can get paid off in whatever way you want to say.
Yeah, and Demon Slayer says, I know the best amateurs in my gym used to use roids. My coach applied them. From my experience, you cannot train as hard, and it doesn't matter what you do. I've seen live how they can affect, and I felt it in the ring. Yeah, man. Like,
oh wow,
it gives you a significantly more. You can train longer. You can train longer without fatiguing when you're on steroids. I never taken steroids, so I don't know. But from people I know who box, and I know people that have taken steroids, and they told me, look, when I'm on this shit, I can train instead of training for 45 minutes and get fatigue. I can train an hour and 45 minutes and not get fatigued. That's a big difference.
But isn't like a few weeks before the fight they test it, so it'll come up anyways, or the time, drink, whatever it is. Fighters know how to time it where by the time they get pissed, whatever the case may be. So where I mean, you're not gonna tell me I'm gonna say, hello, VADA, how you doing? I'm just gonna come by to your gym and check up on your fighter. You're supposed to do surprise checks all the time.
They can have it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we got a super chat for the first one of the live. Shout out to my guy.
Thank you, man. God bless.
We got a super chat, Pops. I'm trying to read the super chat.
God bless him.
Oh, hold on. Why is my computer being so damn slow? Hold on, Pops. I don't know why my computer's being slow for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
I can hear you off and on, but I can hear you. Yeah. Be patient. I guess BT get off for a minute trying to adjust his computer. Hold on to that thought. The super chat, he's going to come back and let you know. Like he was saying, you can train every day, 2-3 times, eat 5 apples, and cut weight every weekend easy. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me, Pops? Am I good?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right, I had to refresh. All right, so shout out to my guy Will with the super chat. Like I always say, when the super chats come out, so does Don King. So Don King, talk to him, champ.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. It don't matter whether you're young or old. Let the good times roll.
And let the good times roll. We will here on True School Sports. And my main man, the big bad booty daddy, he lets the good times roll.
The bump and grind. And it's only a matter of time because he called me the big bad booty daddy.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Will, the degenerate boxing fan Lynch says, boxing fans all over the world are becoming more bloodthirsty lately. Not sure if it's in the water, the BS politics of the sport, or in my opinion, we are all waiting in anticipation for fights we want. Much love, man. Absolutely. You know, when it comes to the sport right now, like for me, I watch all kinds of boxing. I'm a nerd when it comes to this shit. So I find ways to enjoy the sport regardless of what big fights aren't happening. But yeah, I think right now over the last couple weeks, maybe this hasn't been the fastest start to the year. There's been some good fights. Don't get me wrong. We just had that great Lee Wood Michael Conlan fight, but people are waiting for those mega fights, those big nights, the big nights where going in it's going to be something crazy.
Well, I agree 100% with the degenerate boxing fan because we just had that prime example with the networks being greedy.
Yeah,
we were all looking for a great fight or whatever fight, Munguia and Jamal Charlo, and because they were selfish enough not to come to an agreement with whatever network or try to go compromise, the fans lost out again. So boxing degenerate, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely, yeah. But thank you, Will. Thank you for the super chat. Wow, I can't wait. I can't wait for. I'm trying to think. What's the fight that I'm like the most excited for? I think the fight that I'm really excited for, the big fight, is that Rolly Tank fight. That's gonna be the one right there.
Yeah, you got that over Tank. Oh yeah, we got Tank. Tank and Rolly's gonna be a big fight.
Yeah. Do you think Virgil Ortiz is taking some type of PED? I mean, shit, man. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and believe the best in him, but man, like I don't rule it past anybody. Demon Slayer says you can train every day 2-3 times and eat 5 apples and cut weight every weekend. That's that easy.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Jeez. Yeah.
Let me see. I want to say Emmanuel Navarrete is overrated and a bitch because he ducked Angelo Leo. The reason he didn't fight Valdez was because if he lost Valdez, he'll be shit of the WBO belt. He's promoted by Zenith Promotions. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have you. BT knows about that. He tells me all the time about that. Yeah. He actually ducked Angelo Leo.
I don't know if he ducked him. I don't think he ducked him because I don't think they were ever really in talks to ever fight.
But if they ever happened, yeah. But I mean, he might be bringing some logical points to one SS. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Let me see. We got another super chat once again from my man Will Lynch. So look, Don King coming back right back to you guys. When the super chats come out, so does Don King.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. It don't matter whether you're young or old. Let the good times roll.
And
I say
we will continue letting the good times roll on True School Sports, just like my main man Scott Steiner, the big bad booty daddy.
The fucking grind. And it's only a matter of time because he called me the big bad booty daddy.
All right, so Will, shout out to you again for the super chat. He says, on the subject of steroids, I wish people would talk about guys like Chris Benoit. It's not pretty what happens when you mix brain damage and steroids. It's not. And listen, I was a huge wrestling fan as a kid. Chris Benoit was one of my favorites when I was a kid as a wrestler. And the way he went out was absolutely crazy. So I would like these fighters. Yes, if you do take steroids and you do win certain big fights, like you are going to get money. You are going to get status. You are going to get fame. You are going to get reverence. But you're going to have to live with that. And more importantly, you're going to have to live with the side effects of taking steroids.
That's what I was going to say.
It could be detrimental not just to yourself, but into everybody else around you. So be to any fighters out there, like, I always tell fighters, it's like, make sure you count the cost before you put that shit in your body. Because yes, the cost up front might be great. You might get respect, love, adulation from the fans, but all that has to happen for things to go bad for you is the promoters want to out you. It comes out that you're a steroid user. Then it gets reported. Now your reputation's tainted. Now you're not making the kind of money you used to make. Your reputation takes a hit, and now you fucked up all because you wanted to take the easy way out.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm a firm believer you gotta do it the right way. Just so I've always been taught that way. But like, go ahead, BT. You continue because I know you don't want to hear my.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk to me.
I'm gonna say like exactly what I could remember. I remember that the whole Chris Benoit story, and that really really shocked me. And that's what happens when you mix all these crazy things up with PEDs, steroids, whatever you want to call it. Your brain gets fucked up. Your mood swings get crazy. And there's no control, and it's sad. but it's true.
Not for nothing, guys. We're gonna keep it all the way $1 today. We talking about still. We gotta keep it all the way 100 today.
Go ahead.
When I first started covering the sport of boxing, it was like 2015, 2016. You guys know I'm from South Florida, so I used to always go to the heavyweight. Factory, and who would I spend a lot of time around at the heavyweight factory? But Shannon Briggs, right? Shannon Briggs. At that time, he was supposed to fight Fezzik Kendo. We know what happened. He got tested positive for PEDs or whatever. I've seen Shannon come to the gym. I've seen happy Shannon Briggs. I've seen humorous Shannon Briggs, but I've also seen roid rage Shannon Briggs. I'm not going to tell no stories, but there was a particular time where I saw Shannon Briggs want to fight someone in the gym. I'm not going to say who, but someone.
Yeah,
I'll say that for the book.
Yeah, one time BT was he was coming from the backside of the gym, and he had this. I was like, "What the fuck's wrong?" He looked like he wants to kill somebody. And as soon as he seen the camera, he just changed. But then when the camera went off, he went back to himself again. So I've seen it with my own eyes. Sometimes I look like a BT. BT says, "Don't ask, just understand. This is what happens when you sit there and you cheat yourself. You're cheating your body. You don't realize that you're doing more damage to your body, to your mentality, emotional, and no disrespect to Let's Go Champ. We're just calling it what we see it."
Yeah, no, absolutely. Demon Slayer says brain damage is real. I know so many people with it. None of them went pro. Just normal gym rats sparring all the time. Absolutely. I mean, listen, every time you get punched, I don't care if it's 1 punch, 100 punches, 50 punches. It's boxing is wear and tear on the body. So you have to, take these things into account and not be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful. But you have to be very careful with how you manage yourself in the gym and out the gym.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, when you cheat yourself, you think you're getting ahead, but you don't realize what the consequences are. And then you don't realize how it can change you until it's too late.
No, absolutely. One thing, Pops, that Johnny's brought up to me. I don't know if you had a chance to watch any of it today, but did you see that your boy Sergey Kovalev and the Triller, they had the press conference today?
I didn't even bother. I can't stand. I don't want to see him. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to say shit about him. I seen Fight Hype live on that because I want to check it out. Sometimes I go to Fight Hype. I love support Sean.
It wasn't just Kovalev though. Like they had.
I don't want to hear about the Pula brothers. I don't care about all that. When I see Kovalev there.
Well, no. Let me finish, man. Evan Holyfield was there. He's a friend of the channel.
Okay, go ahead. That's the only one that I love. Holyfield. Evan Holyfield's coming up on the come up, and I think he's gonna be a good fighter. He's got a great fight on his father, and that's it. But when you mention me, Kovalev, I don't even want to meet the dude. I'll tell you right now. I don't want to see him.
I want to meet Kovalev. I like Kovalev.
Okay, then you meet him. God bless you. I'll pray for him.
Cause look, he's still, even though the whole Canelo thing happened, we have our opinions on that. Like, man, Sergey Kovalev was a great fighter in his prime.
Yeah, he was a great lightweight. I ain't gonna say he wasn't. I just don't.
At his best, he was the number 2 pound fighter in the sport.
Okay. At the time, after my thing is with him, his integrity. I lost respect for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Call the way I see it. I'm not gonna sit here. Oh, Kovalev, you get the hell out of here. I don't trust you no more.
Damn. Well, I didn't say to trust him.
I'm not excited about him. I don't care about brother Terrell Polo, who has a follow-up body. I should get in the ring with that motherfucker. Make some money off of him.
You over here you over here talking real greasy, Pops.
I know. I'm just like when you write to Kovalev, I don't want to hear about him. I can't stand him. I can't. I'm sorry. I'll pray for myself, for my sins. God help me. I'll pray for him too, but that's one guy I just cannot stand after what I see. But
what I'm trying to say is that on that card, it's not just Kovalev and Kubrat Pulev. It's you got Evan Holyfield, you got the pro debut of Emiliano Vargas, you got the Vargas brothers in the card. So it's not just Kovalev.
Okay.
Hey, you might be upset, Pop. I might be covering that fight, so you don't know.
I know. Hey, if I have to go live, whatever the case it is.
No. Because it's the same day as it's the same day as Castaño versus Charlo too. So yeah.
Ooh, nobody's gonna go see them. They're gonna go see Castaño and Jamal.
And that's exactly why I might go cover it. I like go where nobody's gonna be at.
Yeah, you're right. No, I like Holyfield. I like Holyfield. I like Evan. like the other guys. Just please don't mention Kovalev around me.
Sergey Kovalev, the Crusher.
That's it.
Former light heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Russia's very own. Lost to Artur Beterbiev in the amateurs.
Amen. There you go.
Yeah. Let me see. You see, I was glad he lost like you when Tank knocked out Santa Cruz. Miguel never fought anyone. So Miguel Berchelt?
Yeah.
Miguel Berchelt. Well, he's fine here next weekend. I might bet that fight too. Because the ticket, you know how cheap the tickets to that fight are?
No, how much are they?
Apparently tickets to Berchelt's next fight against Jeremiah Nakatilia is like $15.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, that's cheap.
Ain't that crazy? This man went from fighting on ESPN to now he's still fighting on ESPN, but the tickets are like really, really cheap from what I was told. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was told that.
Yeah. But speaking of Berchelt, he's moved up in weight too, didn't he? I don't think he stayed coming back to the same weight. He moved up, I think.
38. He's a no. I don't know. I think it might be. I think he's 35 pounder now.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He moved up. So yeah. Good luck to him though. I liked him. I still like him. He got humbled by Oscar Valdez. Call it what we're going to call it, but whether we question the other side of the testing and all this other stuff, but it is what it is. But yeah, man. I mean, this other fight is going on, but the biggest fight that I don't know, like you said, I don't know what we've been talking about. I've never talked about Blair the Flair like I've talked to him, like we talked to him this whole week. This is the Blair the Flair fight week because we talked about him the whole time.
Yeah.
But,
Pops, we got the former pound for pound #1 fighter in the world, and the former light heavyweight champion. Andre Ward's in the building. Andre Ward says, "I sent that clown to hell. He was a great fighter because he couldn't beat me. I came up with a blueprint to beat Kovalev. I washed him up. I did that."
Yeah, you know who that is.
That's Haro. That's Haro talking that shit.
Makes me laugh every time. I like Haro.
You know, how friggin' Sergey when Andre Ward beat Kovalev in the first fight when they gave the decision. Andre Ward didn't even think he won that fight. If you go back and you watch that fight, they had the camera where Andre Ward's walking around the ring, and you can tell he's a bit dejected. When they announced Andre Ward, he's surprised. He's like, "I did it! Oh my god, I did it! I can't believe it!"
Hey BT, how serious you think? You're probably gonna laugh, but you probably just gonna blow me off. But how serious you think is with De La Hoya? Like he's always talking crap. He said that he would put Virgil Ortiz against Crawford after Crawford handles his lawsuit. you really believe that? I don't believe that shit. I was just some notes. I was just like, are you serious? No comment.
Some things aren't even worth commenting on, you know. Some things aren't even worth commenting on.
I just thought I was just laughing, and then
put him up.
And then BT another one was not to change the topic. Gigi said. He said, I can't figure how Canelo can sit here and say this is personal. When we had our second fight, we shook hands and respect when we went our way. But he wants to say it's personal. And I'm saying to myself, he's just trying to sell the fight. That's all he's trying to do already. But reality is Canelo's got to take care of Bivol, and Gigi got to take care of Murata.
That's it. You can't look past nobody in the sport ever.
Yeah. That's what Gigi said. He came out with saying in the boxing. That should have me rolling when he said, he said it's personal, but we shook hands like it was nothing, no problem. We moved on.
Yeah.
But he's trying to sell the fight. That's what he's trying to do.
Man, ain't nothing personal, man. The only thing that's personal is that fucking check clearing. Ain't nothing personal.
Shit, all Canelo's check clear. All clear. That's why everybody wants waiting in line to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Pops, I don't want to make this live too long and drawn out, so I'm gonna end it.
We can just cut it, and tomorrow tomorrow you won't be here.
Tomorrow I'll be
I'll do the live tomorrow.
Tomorrow you can go live tomorrow.
I'll do that because I know you want to go. I can continue on, but I don't know what else you want to talk to me about with, you know.
If you want to continue, I gotta go though.
Yeah, well, go ahead and go, and I'll just continue on whatever's here, and
all right.
I will see you for less than 20 minutes, see what's going on. You go enjoy yourself. God bless you in prayer.
So Pops is gonna stay here, guys, for like 10 to 20 minutes. You keep him company, ask him some questions. Definitely take the time to talk to him. But I gotta go. I'm out. You guys be blessed. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm not going live tomorrow. Pop's probably be live tomorrow by himself. But
Yeah,
if
I'll
you
be
don't
here by
see me,
myself tomorrow.
I'll probably live Friday. I'll probably live on Friday. So
We watching The Greatest Show on Ice.
yeah, tomorrow me and Johnny are gonna go watch The Greatest Show on Ice since Disney on Ice. And if you don't know what that is, that's the Florida Panthers. So we're going to watch the Panthers play the Knights tomorrow here in Vegas. But yeah, Pops, take care. God bless.
I will. I'll
And,
continue. Okay. God bless. All right, have fun. Bye bye. Let me put this here. Okay. Let me see. SOG Ward said, I beat him so bad his career walls around me. People talk about the first, but they don't talk about the second fight. I was beating him even before the KO. Go ahead, Cairo. Tuck your stuff. I just I lost a lot for Kovalov. I think that to me, yeah, he was one of the light heavyweights out the best, but when up to that fight with Canelo, I just had a bad take me a while to get over it and move on from that. And that's because I'm so passionate about boxing and what I think about it, and it just pisses me off. So it's gonna take me a while for that. But I think Blair the Flair, he's chinny like we said. Alex Rocha coming in there, it's gonna be a tough opponent. He got 12 knockouts. Blair got 10 knockouts, and I think that Blair the Flair, he could easily lose the fight too. So yeah, he knows how to promote himself. Yes, he talk a good game, but don't sleep on Rocha. Like Brendan would say, he's got heavy. If he says he's heavy-handed, that means he's gonna come and do his thing. Oh, wow. This guy said all three Vargas brothers are on the Kovalev undercard too. Yeah, what do you mean by that, Rolly fan? Yeah, the Vargas brothers are actually up and coming, and I like what his dad's doing with them. I actually like the older one, and the other one, I don't know the names. They're a good family to follow. We'll see, and they got their father behind them. So good luck to them, man. They're doing their thing. The degenerate boxing fan said Evan Holyfield definitely has his father side. Yeah, man. And what's funny is, Holyfield's had I know when I talked to him here when he was here at the Heavyweight Factory in Hollywood, Florida, and my son talked to him. He's had so many kids, and the only one that actually turned out to be a fighter is Evan. Evan decided to do it, and I think he's going to be somebody to reckon with. And he's very humble. He's a good kid. BT interviewed mother. I wish nothing but the best for him and for Holyfield. Fryer Truck says Tank's irrelevant. What do you mean, to the fight with do you think with the fight with Rolly? Is that what you're saying? Fryer the Truck is still here? You're saying that Tank's irrelevant? Majestic TV, me personally, I think as far as Rolly Romero and Tank Davis fighting, I'll be honest with you, I think that the awkward style that Rolly brings into the ring will throw off Tank Davis in the first couple rounds. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to give him a chance, but it will throw him off. But I think sooner or later, Tank will figure him out, and I think he'll win a close decision. One SS says, True School, I think Xander Promotions is Al Heyman of Mexican. They don't want the fights unified or fight the best. But Charlo defended his belt 7 times. He never unified with Jamel Herring. Oh, that's kind of messed up. That's crazy. But that's the part. Al Heyman. I will say one thing about Al Heyman, that a lot of fighters say they really Al Heyman takes care of their fighters. So to even see check it out. To even see what Al Heyman does for his fighters, get them in real estate and all that, they're always going to say that. But one thing I will say about Al Heyman, when you sign with him, he's got his own fighters who want to promote more than others, and a lot of them he puts on the shelf. I just want to see the best fights from them. Take, for example, what happened with the Mangia and the Charlo fight. Everything was going right. Showtime did not want to cooperate. That's what I'm going to say. Showtime did not want to cooperate, which is PBC. Al Heyman and them did not want to cooperate and let the Zone get involved with the McGear fight, which I think would have been a plus for both, and they would have been on both on two different platforms. The boxing fans would be able to see the fight, and they will get more exposure. But because of the selfishness of boxing we were talking about, this is what happens. Okay, what else? ASAD R says, big up on Lee Wood. What a good man. Yeah, man. Listen, man. Lee Wood had a tough fight. I mean, he had to come back and you know, get up from that fight and show and have the will to go in there and you know, get the knockout. Mike Conlon, I in my heart I picked Lee Wood, so I feel good. But I just thought that Michael Conlon was going to come in there and was going to give him some hard time, and he did that the first couple of rounds. So about 5 rounds, 6 rounds, and then the 7th. And then I seen him tire him out, and then when I seen what Lee Wood did, that's how boxing is. You gotta pace yourself. If you don't pace yourself, you're not gonna get you're only gonna hurt yourself. I definitely agree with you. To the comments now, guys. JD Valanka, Navarrete was Lara. That's gonna be a big fight, a massive fight. And don't get it twisted. Angelo Leo's coming up, so he's gonna come up too. We can't sleep on him. But right now, this fight right here, Navarrete and Lara, what's the name? That's gonna be a battle there. I don't know who to pick on that because I like both of them. But I think ultimately, I think Lara to me, besides until Angelo Leo comes up, Lara's gonna be the man that's gonna take over that division. No disrespect to Lee Wood, he fought a great fight, but I think Lara will take over. And I like Navarrete. I'm a big fan of Navarrete too. Angelo Leo had, the fights with some fighters, you know how politics go with a lot of fighting. Angelo Leo was the #1 contender in the WBO, and he could have fought certain fighters, but the politics always gets in the middle of it. This is what I want to ask. We're talking about Navarrete. I want to say Emmanuel Navarrete is overrated in a bitch because he ducked Angelo Leo. The reason he didn't fight well this was because if he lost the belt, he would be stripped of his WBL belt. Well, I mean, it happens all the time, but yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, talking about the drugs and stuff, the PEDs. I mean, one of my favorite fighters, and I'm sure Brandon, when he started covering boxing, and he still got some respect to him, but not as much anymore. Big Baby Miller. He did it in the UFC, and then he went back and did it, and then he got caught again and again. And you see what happened. Had a big, massive fight with Anthony Joshua, and look what happened there. So, I mean, that tells you what happens when you try to cheat the game or you want to take shortcuts. At the end of the day, at some point, it's going to catch up to you. And they caught up to Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller, we love him on this channel, but he hasn't been the same. He hasn't been the same yet. I know he's going to come back. I know he's going to come up now with some other trainer, I forgot who, and he's trying to do it. So if he comes back, fine. But, I mean, he's always going to have that question, is he clean? Yeah, I never thought about this. I'm glad Damon Slayer brought it out where he's talking about Victor Conte and Vada owner are best friends. That's not really good. That's like missing peanut butter and jelly. That tells you a lot what you need to know. All right, Damon Slayer, I will agree with you on this one right here. If you can't make weight and look what happened to Virgil Ortiz, regardless of what we think he did, what he did take or didn't take, the reality is when you sit there and you dehydrate, you can't make weight after a couple of days before the fight. You're putting your life in danger. Your kidneys can stop, the liver, like it happened to Virgil. So boxing is a very dangerous sport, and maybe a lot of fans that don't know much about it don't understand how serious the fight is once you get in the ring and after and while you're training to make that weight. It's very, very hard on your body. So you're right about that. If you can't make the weight, move up. Don't sit there and put your body to somewhere that might cost your life. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I mean, BT says this. BT been around for a long time, so he knows better than I do, and he can say things from a mile away. And he's been doing this for a long time. He knows about boxing and other stuff. But I also think that Virgil's also growing to his own. You're right, his own man's strength. I believe that. I mean, he seems bigger than. I mean, even BT said that Virgil was standing in front of, I think it was a 154. And he said he looked pretty big himself. He looked bigger than the 154 pounder. So that could just tell you a lot how he's naturally getting big. What's that one? Okay, let me go up here. See if I got any new comments here. We're not continuing on. Let me see. What else? Going back to the refresh my thing. Just want to get a lot of comments that Brendan didn't get to. I want to go ahead. Oh, wow. One that says, I didn't know that. That's a good bring it up. My son was just telling me when he came out and he told you guys Alexis Rocha is very heavy-handed. You got two southpaws going at it, so don't sleep on Rocha. Rocha is going to bring it against Blair Cobb, Blair Cobb, and if he stands in there and fights with Rocha, you're going to get it. So, good point, one that says, appreciate it. That's what we got. Yeah, I mean, with Blair Cobb, Blair Cobb, like BT was saying, he is a good fighter, decent fighter. He's not top creme of the creme, but he knows how to promote himself. BT said it also, he's very chinny. So in order for Cobb to win this fight, he's going to have to go in there, move around the ring, keep his distance. Don't sit there and trade punches with Rocha. Rocha is very heavy-handed. You're both southpaws. He might knock you out, hit you in that chin that people claim that you have is very chinny. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see that. He hasn't been as active as he should have been, but hey, a lot of fighters are like that, and now he's got his opportunity is the main event now with what's his name, Blair Cobb. So hey, so be it. I think Rocha is gonna be a good fight. It can go either way. Like BT said, I'm with him on this one because the only thing I would give Rocha is, but BT say he's got very heavy-handed, and if Blair Cobb is very chinny, and he's got a weak chin, and Rocha catches him something, it could be a good night. So to me, I'm gonna say a 50-50 fight. To be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna favor either one. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, they're both southpaws, so that's it about that. So I can see that going on. I didn't. Somebody asked me about, I think Foster's fighting or somebody. I don't know much about Foster, so I know he's fighting one of the undercards. Yeah, man, I could do that. Harold, let me know it, and I'll go here. If I have to borrow my wife's computer, I can go ahead and go live. If you really want me to go live for that, just send me the stuff, the information. Let me know what time, whatever. I'll send it to Brandon. Brandon will get back with me, whatever. How we want to do it, it's fine. I mean, you're the co-manager of the channel, so I appreciate you. So yeah, so like I was telling you about that. I like the fact that I was telling BT about Gigi. Gigi was saying that Canelo was saying everything's personal, But when they fought the last fight they fought, which was the second fight, they just shook hands and went their way. So Gigi's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Personal. I mean, we shook hands, we went our way. He said, we can't even talk about that. We got to be worried about, I got to be worried about Murata and Canelo got to be worried about Bill. Then we can talk about what's going on. Alex Rocha's dad said they offered Blair to fight 1 year ago and he didn't take it. What do you think about that? Oh, wow. But there's a reason why he didn't take it. But guess what? He got no choice tomorrow. I mean, this weekend, he got no choice. He got to face this man one way or another. So there's probably something that that Blair Cobbs seen in him that said, I got to back away from this guy. And probably what BT said, because he's very heavy-handed and because he comes to fight, and if you stand in the middle of that ring, he can take you. I mean, he got the power to take you out. And because Blair is supposedly very chinny, he's also a southpaw. If he gets in there standing, try to fight with Alex Rocha, it could be a good night. Okay, let me get this out of here. Golden Boy is gonna have to give college students free tickets. I don't see people paying. Yeah, I mean, Golden Boy. Like I was telling BT, and I understand what he was telling me. But when he was coming out telling me about, like, hey, Pops, no fighter is going to take a fight on 3 days or 4 days before the fight's going to happen. Regardless if they're in the gym every day, regardless if they're running, they're lifting weights, they're just not going to do that. That's how boxing is. So to even have some fighters take the fight at the last minute, is good. So, but I just think Virgil was the main attraction. He was the big fish to bring the people in. That's not happening now. I think that they could have found a better opponent for Mckinson, in my own opinion. And I think promoters should do that. They should have fighters training for like 8 weeks or whatever the case may be, and have them fight fighters like that. But it's just nena, déjalo. Yeah. So you have to understand that. Yeah, they're gonna lose. They probably lost a lot of money anyways because Virgil was the big fish anyways. I was telling my son that De La Hoya came out with saying on Boxing Scene that and I think it's a bunch of bullshit. That he said that Virgil, that after Crawford finishes lawsuit, that he's going to try to get that fight with Virgil Ortiz. What do you guys think on that? Demon Slayer. I feel this is like Golden Boy death match to see who they're gonna promote next. It could be. You might be absolutely right. It's like I was telling Brendan, why didn't they just go ahead and why didn't they just go ahead and put Rashili Alice in the fight or put him in there? He hasn't fought in a while. It would have been a good name that people got to see. But again, Brandon was saying the same thing you were just saying. They're saving up for when they fight Virgil again, or like you said, a death match. So we don't know. People are gonna watch that 500%. All boxing world talking about this fight now. You're talking about I mean, so you're basically saying that nobody's interested in the Berlanga fight, the Progress fight, Pro Bellum, that they were only concerned with the fight of Blair. Well, Blair's been like mouthing off and going on Instagram and selling himself, so I wouldn't doubt it. Golden Boy needs to sign more fights now. I get why they only put a show once a month. I mean, they gotta do that, and they gotta put in better venues. The last venue they had was like, really, are you serious? Golden Boy, you got all this money. You guys are trying to fit into a small, where the fighters were trying to weigh in and everything. It was a big clusterfuck last time I seen it. So yeah, yeah. Blair was David Slayer. You're right. Blair the Flair against Alexis Rocha is gonna be a good fight. Ben already gave us a synopsis about the fight, like he said. Like he was saying that Blair the Flair and Rocha, Blair is tall, can move. He's better not standing in fight with Rocha because Rocha's got the heavy-handed. Both of them are southpaw. Blair is very chinny, so the fight can go either way. But I'm not gonna pick either one. I just think it's gonna be a good fight, and I'll go for either one. And then I wanted to get into the discussion about what's wrong with Jamal Charlo, man. He's sitting there, one of the best heavyweights ever fought boxing that I feel was one of the best. And Iron Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson is trying to tell him, like, yo, You can fight Benavidez. You can fight Andre. You can fight this. You can fight that to try to get an answer out of him. And the motherfucker got a pacifier in his mouth. Like, what's happening with Jamal Charlo? Why has he become softer than freaking jelly, softer than ice cream? I mean, you would think that Jamal Charlo would like, okay, I'm here on the platform. I'm here with Iron Mike Tyson. I can call out who I want to call. I can wish who I want to fight. Not even nothing. So that tells you a lot about him. Diamond Slayer says, I listened to Jamal Charlo interview. He sounds mentally broken. I could understand that, probably mentally from all the bullshit that's happening to him outside the ring. If he took care, if he got the bigger money, if he got the bigger money fights, if he got the bigger money fights and took care of his paying his credit card and didn't go crazy, and then whatever relative they had an interview fighting with it or fighting or something they have with the relative and he got charged with it, him and his brother, I mean, then that's on you. Of course you're mentally broken, but that's no excuse for you to sit back and say, okay, I'm just gonna accept every other fight. I'm just gonna become complacent and just take any other fight or take any other fighter. You're the WBO champion. You carry that title. You gotta sometime make a defense with a definitive good fighter, with a good fighter that people want to see fight you. The McGear fight, well, you would have been a good fight, but no, you couldn't even answer that. Mike Tyson tried to get out of you, and you didn't want to tell Mike Tyson. Let's just tell you how soft you got. So mental or not mentally or whatever, no. I like Jamel. I really do like Jamel. I think Jamel's attitude. But let's be honest. Both Jamel, the Jamal that was at 154, and Jamel, they both are good for boxing because they're good talkers. They can sell. They can bring things up, and it's actually good for boxing to have both of them. But in this last year and a half, Jamal's been nothing but disappointment. If you ask me, very, very, very disappointed. I wasn't happy. I haven't been happy since last year. And it's no disrespect to Solaki, who's gonna fight him, but come on, man, there's other fighters that's better than that. I mean, you just took Solaki. Is that like the easy way out? Come on, man. I can't respect that. But his little brother, I give him all the props. He even called Crawford. If you come, he came out and said, if you come to 154, I'm gonna kick your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, no, if you come up here, Crawford, you can mess whatever you want, do that. And then he tried to be his advisor. Jamal Charlo tried to be advisor to Crawford. Tell, oh, why don't you just take the fight with Spence? So I mean, so at the end of the day, Crawford's not going to take a fight where he's not going to get paid what he's due. I think Spence and Crawford should get to go 50-50 or 60-40 and split up the revenue sales, and that's it. You know? Racing say Jamal is the only lion. Right now, he's the real lion. You got Earl Spence, right? Earl Spence has been in the gym for 2 years. I had an accident, the eye surgery. We don't know what we're going to see of Spence. Yeah, when he comes in, he's dehydrated at 180. He's a big dude when he goes in there. He's got a great jab. He's got a great inside. He dominates his fighters that they say he does. But we do not know what Earl Spence is going to bring to the party. Simple as that. People can you can justify and say what Steroid James is telling his trainer, what Earl Spence is saying. Oh, he's looking great, do that. But the reality is, until you get under those lights after being out for almost 2 years, you can't say that you're at the same level that you were before you had the action, before your eye surgery. So it's very questionable on that. And I'm gonna say it again. Spence needs to go ahead and chill out, tone out his voice. Don't come out saying that you're the big shot caller, that you're the big man here. You have not accomplished more than I'm sorry to tell you, no disrespect to you, Spence, you're good, but you did not accomplish as much as Bud Crawford has accomplished, Nebraska's son. You haven't, okay? So you can't sit here and demand. We got the IBF, and I forgot the other one you got. I think it's WBO, maybe. I forgot what rank you got. But you cannot sit here and say that you're the biggest shot caller when this fight has been marinated for. I mean, I got meat marinated longer than this fight, and that's gonna taste better. This been marinated for so long, I don't even know anymore. how many fans really want to see it. But don't come out here and say you're the big shot caller. Doing this. You better worry about Ugas, because Ugas, that Cuban style of fighting, I'm telling you right now, that Cuban style of fighting, don't sleep on it. Everybody thought that Manny Pacquiao was going to go ahead and tear a new asshole, excuse my language, a new on Ugas, and guess what happened? It did not happen. And yes, Manny Pacquiao is not Spence. I get it, but Manny Pacquiao is a legend. He won 8 divisions. He fought every kind of fighter. So I'm just gonna say to Spence, you're not the big fish yet. Until you beat Ugas, or until you get over that fight and fight Crawford, you ain't no big fish. Okay, the big fish needs to grab his balls, and just the way like Jamel said, you need to go ahead and Jamel was trying to tell Crawford, just go ahead and fight the fight with Crawford, and the better fights are gonna with Spence, and then better fights are gonna be for you. Really? So I've been undisputed. I've come to 147, totally dominant. Nobody wants to fight me, whether on the PB side, on this side, on the other side. Nobody wants to fight me, and then you want to sit in and tell me that you're the big fish? No, Spence. You've been out for 2 years. I think you're gonna have ring rust. I think it's gonna be more problems for you. So for me, I'm gonna agree with I'm gonna agree with him. Like you said, the only line this year and the real deal right now is Jamel Charlo, who I never thought was gonna be the one. Yeah. And so Jamel needs to calm his ass down. He needs that heart monitor more than you. The anger king. Hey man, I'm just passionate about boxing, Harold. I'm just passionate about boxing. I'm gonna call it the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say what I gotta say. Thank you for coming. I'm not gonna say that Earl Spence is 100% mentally broken. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that I'm not gonna say that because I'm not gonna say that that Earl Spence is mentally broken. I just think that you can't sit here and call all your shots. And I get it. The Eagles are the fighters. I mean, he's got the belt. He's had the belt. He went across the pond. He beat a good fight in Kell Brook. He's come up here and he's fought some good fights. He beat Mikey Garcia. He's done things that he's done, but he's not the big dog until he fights Crawford. And if he can't accept the fact, it's causing him to be more mentally broken that Crawford is the big dog and the big fish that he needs to be at. He can't give that title to himself until he fight Nebraska Son Crawford. That's my opinion. What's up, Don Barriega? I'll tell you. I will tell you the honest truth on this, Don. I thought Castaño won the first fight. They gave it to Jamel Charlo. I've always said a fighter always gets that one free gift, and that's what I see from Jamel Charlo. He got a free gift. But after I see Jamel Charlo, I was watching him on the Standing Podcast with Brian Costa. Shout out to Brian Costa. You all need to go check him out on the Standing Podcast. He's a Showtime. When they have the press conference, he's there. But I was watching on the Standing Podcast, and a lot of things that Jamel Charlo was bringing out on Castaño was actually being exposed. He said he had a bicep injury, right? But then he goes on Instagram, or his manager goes on Instagram. Castaño's manager goes on Instagram and got some videotaping him moving that bicep is supposed to be injured. So to me, I will say this: I had Castaño winning the second fight, but guess what? I don't think so. I think Jamel is going to win this fight. Same way he did Harris, he's gonna do worse. He's gonna do worse to Castaño this time around. So I got Jamel winning the second fight. Good point, Amos. Amos, you're right about that. You cannot be a boxer and walk around feeling that there's another man in your weight class. I'll tell you, please hit that like button if you haven't. In your weight class, who can beat you? You don't at that point. This is what I see from Spence. Yeah, you can't say you're the big dog. I mean, back in the day, that's why I'm not saying they had the policies back then, but I'm talking 89s or whatever. When I seen fights, I seen the guys go out there and fight each other and iron it out. this back and forth by Spence, more Spence than Crawford, I think. You can't say you're the best or you're the shot caller or you're this and that or you're the big fish when you haven't fought the real big fish in Crawford. You got a point there. Yeah, I don't know much about. I know Sanders Martin won that last the shotgun fight where when he shot the one and he won. I don't know much about Jose Felix, so I can't really say much about it. I'd have to go look into it, but I have to before I can comment. I have to go ahead and tell you what I see from that. I mean, anybody has any comments or anything you want to talk about? I can't go on my phone right now and check out what else is going on in the news. We know that Berlanga. What do you guys think about Berlanga? Berlanga's supposed to be rough of the rough. He's training with Mickey Bay. Hopefully he comes out there and like BT says, all I want him to do is to feint more. So hopefully we'll get to see more feints from him. The heavyweight division, we know we got Fury against White. I think Fury's gonna wipe the shit out of White. I mean, White always got that left hand. And then I have the fight that I really want to see that I hope they can make it once. I pray to God that Deontay Wilder comes back and he really decides to come back to boxing. I would like to see that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight. Regardless if they have belts or they don't have belts, that's going to be a great fight to see. Whether here in the U.S. or there in the UK, it's going to be a great fight to see. I think people still want to see that fight. Oh shit! I don't know. I didn't know how old you were. I haven't checked. Like I haven't checked that either. I have to look into it. Yeah, but I mean, you know what? It's really for Berlanga. It's just really a confident builder type fight for him. It's a fight that literally is just for him to get his confidence back from his last fight, and that's all that is. Berlanga doing that. I mean, and like I say, we got David Morrell. It's another good fighter in the light heavyweight. I mean, it would I like to see do something. Let me see. What else you got to say? Berlanga is good. He just needs a little bit more improvement. Top Rank is doing a good job building him. Yeah, I think so. But one thing about Berlanga, me personally, I think he needs to add more to his toolbox. Don't just count. I mean, I know Wilder did it. Count on his right hand. Don't just count on that. Like BT says, he needs to feint more. He stands in front of his opponents, and sooner or later he's going to get caught. And let me tell you, if him and in the future fight David Morrell, if he stands in front of that, he doesn't know how to feint, or his trainer was there can't correct him on that, he's gonna wish they did. But I mean, the sky's the limit to him. Look at what Xenia Size is doing. I mean, he's very skillful. He knows how to feint. He has a move around the ring. He's got ring jealousy. He knows a lot of things that Berlanga doesn't do. So Berlanga needs to focus more on his boxing and do what's right. And hopefully, Mickey Bay got him right. One SSS said Berlanga sucks. Most 24-year-olds are already world champions or number one contenders. Look at Benavidez. Yeah, Benavidez is a big light heavyweight. I always be like that. He's big. Benavidez is a big dog, and Benavidez did it. You're right, he did it. But Berlanga is lacking a lot of. Berlanga is not a Benavidez. Berlanga still got a lot more growing up. I would willing to put that David Morrell is more skillful than Berlanga in the ring. Ricardo S. Nogrea. Hey, so what's up, guys? Another good talk show. Good work from Granada, Nicaragua. Bendiciones. Que Dios te bendiga siempre. Que bendiga a la leyenda Chocolatito González y que Dios te bendiga a tu familia. Muchas gracias, Ricardo. I just somebody from Nicaragua, Ricardo was from Nicaragua, and basically he was just telling another good talk show from Nicaragua. I was telling him to send blessings to the legend Gonzalez and to his family. Come on, man. What is it? We talking about? Zenzai's going to get knocked out. He's got a tough fight with the guy from New Orleans, Lavala. He's not an easy fighter. But I'm not. No, it won't be long. You're wrong. Hey, one is I willing to bet that if anybody gets knocked out gets knocked down, it will be Berlanga before Azai. Size is more talented. He's good in the gym. He's good in the ring. He knows how to move around. I'm not saying that Berlanga don't got that, but he needs to improve on a lot of things, and that's the way I see that fight. Berlanga needs to do a lot more. Right now, Xander size is way ahead of what Berlanga is right now, and I expected more from Berlanga. I mean, he can't just go in there with the freaking power punches. I mean, if he beats this 30-year-old, this old guy that he's fighting, it's only a confident thing. Thanks, man. Same to you. I don't want to say that. Okay. No hay problema. Thank you. No hay problema. Que Dios te bendiga. Thank you. Yeah. So, like I was saying, right now, Alexander Zayas is to me is upcoming Puerto Rican, and Puerto Rico hasn't had good fighters as of late, and not like Sanders, and I expect it to continue being like that. My son said that it really reminds him a lot of Felix Trinidad. He likes his style. He likes how he comes. I like how he finishes. There's not one thing that I don't like about Alexander Zayas, to be honest with you, as far as that, you know. And so I'm waiting. I can't wait for that fight. We can talk about the upcoming fights that are coming up. Who you guys got? You probably got Ugas. I actually like the undercard for Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu coming into the U.S. and hopefully he gets the same exposure he gets over from Australia because he's from there here in the U.S. Against Terrell Rush is going to be a good fight. The undercard in that fight is going to be good too. I like the Michael Rivera. He looks like Muhammad Ali, a lightweight. He's coming in there. He's fighting against Joseph O'Donnell, another Puerto Rican fighter that I seen in Orlando. Joseph Bless Hands O'Donnell. I seen him fight in Orlando, and he's good. But I don't got him beating Michelle Rivera. Yeah, so I don't got him beating Michelle Rivera at all. But my brother was just telling me that Ivan. Let me see. Listen, man. Most Puerto Rican, everybody gets at some time. Most everybody, not all of them. Get knocked down. That's part of boxing. You're gonna get knocked down. It's not really about how many times you get knocked down. It's about you can get back up. Speaking about that, I was reading a few weeks ago about Bazooka Gonzalez. Man, he was living in an unhealthy house and everything. His health was real bad. It's sad to see when you see that Puerto Rican, a legend like that, living his life like that. My praise go out to him. I know I didn't mention it before in the live, but same thing. Everybody gets beat. Everybody gets beat. Not just Puerto Ricans. There's a lot of fighters that actually get knocked down. You know what I'm saying? It's how you get back up. That's what the greatest said, right? I like Zayas. Zayas adapts to his opponents, and he knows how to close out a fight. That's what I like about Xander Zayas. He knows how to close out a fight. If he's got you for the kill, he's gonna finish you up quick. He knows, like I said, he knows how to move out the ring. Got good job. He's actually trained by Javier Centeno, Sweat Box Gym here in South Florida. If you guys are not familiar who Javier Centeno is, he's actually the trainer that was training here with Cambosis before he actually fought Teofimo. So yeah, so like I said, he's got a good trainer. He's got the way they bring him up is good. He's getting bigger and bigger every day. I'm telling you, I want to say within this year or next year, he'll become world champion. That's how talented I'll put Zayas against anybody. Yeah, when I says you got a good point there. Sandler is in the most chinny division at 154. Those belts are like hot potato. I don't see him ever becoming a champion at 150 because those belts are PVC. Well, I mean, at some point he's gonna fight a mandatory, or he's gonna have to fight somebody, and he's gonna get his chance. I'm telling you that right now. That man, and if he sells right now, you know, when I watch him in Orlando, watch him here, it's just a matter of time how they build him up and how Top Rank promotes him. I really don't like how Top Rank promotes fighters. They don't do they don't do a real good job of doing it. PBC, we already know how they do. If they get the champions, either going to fight within house, like TBV, Floyd Mayweather said, we're going to try to keep all the fights in house. We're not going to fight outside. So PBC, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather, they do whatever they want to do. But if any of them want to try themselves against somebody talented and they can knock out anybody, and that's very talented right now at a young age, you better not. You can't exclude Asai Sanders for sure. You know, he's an upcoming Puerto Rican, and I like him a lot. I think that he's gonna do good for him. I like how he's coming out on the come up. So, but if anybody goes against any of Al Heyman fighters, you already know that, or PBC, it's always got to be something. It's always going to be they're on the shelf, or they don't put the right fights out. I mean, look at right now. Al Heyman could have go ahead and bent the rules, right, and let the zone, with Golden Boy and De La Hoya, co-promote the fight, or how you say, co-feature the fight, so the zone fans can get it, so the Showtime, and they're all gonna make money, and the fans win because they could see a great fight with Maguire, Jaime Maguire against Jamal Charlo. What does Al Heyman do? No, they don't want to do that. So instead they get him, no disrespect to Salaki, Marcin Salaki, instead they go ahead and get a decent opponent for Jamal and make it sound like he's gonna do something great. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. I can't respect Al Heyman. You're not making no money in the PBC. Your pay per views the last couple of times. I mean, to me, I wouldn't even pay for that. I go to a flea market. It's like going to a flea market and get something for $1, and whatever the worth is at. That's how the PBC you guys have. You can't just put everything on PBC because you're losing money. But then when you get a chance to make money and collaborate with another promotion company, you don't even want to do that. So I mean, it is what it is. Well, Sebastian Fundora, he's got a fight coming up. I forgot who he's fighting. Shoot, I forgot who he's fighting. My mind's gone off now. But he's got a fight coming up. He's pretty big. But I like Xander. I'll put Xander against anybody. The guy is gifted. The guy's coming up. And I'm telling you, remember that name, because if you don't know him by now, you better take some notes. Yeah, it was supposed to be BT was telling me this. It was supposed to be Showtime and then Showtime pay-per-view. Well, BT was telling me that he went to a fighting event and that Charlo really didn't sell that much, even in their home state in Houston, Texas. So, and BT won't just say that if he wasn't there. So, you know, they're losing money. PBC is losing money, or they've lost some money. But yet, like I'll go back to say it again, with Golden Boy, I'm not saying Golden Boy is perfect, because they're definitely not. But I'm saying when De La Hoya came up to you and said, well, let's have two platforms so we can get more exposure to the fighter, get more fans involved, get more for money, they said no. So they decided to get him I'm not going to say a B, C, because Salachi, I say maybe B plus, B minus, C, a fighter to fight somebody, Jamal Charlo, instead of having fight a true contender. Ramos. I don't know who Ramos is, but you have to fill me in on that. I got a bad memory. I have to look at, but if you feel it is, I have to go do research on that. It'd probably be a great fight. You know, probably a great fight. So just fill me in a little bit on that, Romero, on Ramos. Sounds like he's Spanish, Mexican, or Puerto Rican. Probably Puerto Rican. Who got it? To be honest, Top Rank ain't perfect either. They broke now for putting the big fights free. They're doing peer for Fury. That's why Top Rank show have become lackluster. Look at the card. I'll be honest with you, 1SS. No, I have to disagree with that. I think most, to me, and if you ask BT when he comes back on the live 1SS, ask him, he'll tell you most of the decent cards that have been put out last year were by the Godfather, Aram. There's certain fights that he doesn't want to make, that he should make, but he doesn't want to. So, but I mean, that's just, he's an old man. But my issue with Top Rank is they do not promote their fighters enough, and I think that's where the downfall is with them. They need to keep promoting, put the fighters out there, put good on show. The Godfather is pretty decent, good shots. Okay, I sued Ramos, Abel Ramos. Okay, nephew. I want to go who was. Who was on? Okay, I gotta go check him out. I like BT was here. He probably talked to you more about that. Me, I have to go back and check. My memory is real bad, but thanks for letting me know. I'm about to check him out. So you're saying he's gonna? You think is he better? What do you see better in Ramos that you think will make this very challenging for Xander? Are they both the same age? They both have the same build? They both have one has a strong jab. What do you see in that? What's up, Boxing Magic? How you doing? I'm gonna have to check that out. Probably when I get off here, check it out. All 16 of you, please hit that like button if you haven't. We're talking about Xander Sayas. B. Romero's putting me on some game right now on Jesse Ramos and a Xander Sayas fight. So I have to go look at that and see what it's all about. Thank you again about B. Romero. Appreciate it. When I says I think Tom Brady is broke because they don't have any big stars. They are a development league because once these fighters become stars, they want more money. I'm not going to say that. No. The only one that left, the only one that truly left of the Godfather, literally was of recent was actually by Crawford, and Crawford was upset because he wanted the Godfather to promise in his contract to make that Spence fight, and because that Spence fight never happened, Crawford seen it as a failure, even though the Godfather gave a lot of big paydays to Nebraska's son Crawford. So no. The issue with Crawford, he left off because of the fact that he didn't get the promise fight that he wanted. That was the Spence fight, and the Godfather didn't come through. So you got to look at it that way. You can't just say call Top Rank a failure for that. I'm saying like when they had Josh Taylor, they didn't promote Josh Taylor. There were other fighters that they could promote when the upcoming. They didn't do that. So yeah. So if I mean, you have to fill me in on that one. If they were involved with HBO, they left them was a bad thing. But then again, look what happened to HBO. They folded up too. So you can't say that. Whatever you want to say, Top Rank is still here. The Godfather, as old as he is, he's still here. So he got to be doing something right. Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out. I'm gonna tell my son. We'll have to sit here and watch fights from him. And when you come back to the next live or whenever I see you, I can give you one more feedback on him. Like I said, my mind is like gone. Like you tell me something a few minutes on, and I'll forget because of the war and everything. I have a bad memory. I have to go watch it, take some notes so I can remember what we're talking about. But you put me on that. I'm gonna tell my son to check him out, and then I'll ask my son my opinion. In the next live, I'll make sure that he goes live and gives his own personal opinion on that. If you feel that's going to be a good fight, and if you say you've been there longer, he's more developed, then that'd be a good challenge for Xander Sayas for sure. I won't doubt that at all. But yeah, I would like to see, like I said, I would like to see I want Deontay Wilder. My son says that I don't know what you guys' opinion is. I think as much, even though Deontay Wilder didn't do too well against Gypsy King Fury, I feel that for me, my own personal opinion, I think Wilder is still good for boxing. He's well known for that power punch he got, the right hand. I think he can rebound from all these losses or whatever happened with the trilogy with Fury. Move on from that. I hope that he comes back from his voyage or whatever he's coming back and come back to boxing. I would like to see him against Joshua. I would like to see him fight Anthony Ruiz Jr. because to be honest, Anthony Ruiz Jr. has been sitting waiting for a paycheck. What has Anthony Ruiz Jr. done since he fought Joshua the second time? Not a damn thing. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see Wilder get in there, fight all these other heavyweights, and let them know, look, I might have lost to Fury, but I'm still one of the top dogs. I can give him respect. When is it? Pops, Floyd, Oscar, Manny, Bud, Eric Morales, they all left him. Tom Rank isn't meant for stars, it's meant for young people, so they sound slave. I'm not going to put it that way. I would just say that in Floyd's case, Floyd, as he continued on, he started to understand the business more. and he knew how to expand himself and become not just a fighter. He actually knew how to become a business-oriented man, where he could say, okay, let me co-promote myself. Let me go sign these contracts with these promoting companies. I mean, so I can get more money for myself. So I think the TBE did that himself. He evolved around himself, and he did it. And I think he had a better opportunity for himself, so he left. Morales, I don't know. A lot of times, a lot of these contracts happen because either the money, the fight's not made, or the promotion companies are not following through with the promises or the money that they want to make for the fighters. So the fighters got to do like anything else. Like in this country, the land opportunity, you got to look for your opportunity. You got to move on. Contracts, I mean, they got Isaiahs. They got I don't want to call him this type. They got Joe Smith. They got a big bitter. He's a good fighter. I mean, they got Inoue. Inoue's a monster. That guy's huge. I mean, you can't tell me that having a name like the animal, the monster on your list, he's not good. I mean, he's gonna get some fights. He's not getting a lot of fights that goes before, but he's there. So I mean, they got some fighters in there. You can't say that they don't, but they do. PBC, they got their fighters. You know, they got Thurman, Spence. You name it, they have. I mean, they got quite a few fighters with them, and Al Haymon, right? Okay. One SS says they don't have money attractions. That whatever. Okay, you're right, but I'm saying if they put the big fights on, let's say they put the Monster Inoue against let's say for example the Monster Inoue signed the top rank against Chocolatito and Gonzalez, right? It was time to take it. That's a great fight. You're gonna tell me people are not gonna tune in for that fight? If they sign right now Joe Smith, if he fights Beterbiev, right? That's gonna be a good fight, unification fight. Or they could put Jordan. I mean, they got certain fighters there. They just don't have, like you said, they don't have the big money attractions, but they still have some fighters there that they can actually do. Believe me, the Godfather might be blind, senile, but he's not stupid when it comes to making money. So I mean, you got Top Rank, Golden Boy. I don't like about Golden Boy. Just keeps his fights the same stable. Like I said about even these two fighters that they had picked up to replace Mckinson. To me, they've been having fun a couple of years. I want to see quality. I'm going to pay for it. If not, just give me my money back. You got that. You got that with Golden Boy. You got that with that. Pro Bellum, they got Progress Fighting, and they got Pro Bellum. They got her. They got him. They got the GOAT. They got I think Sonny Edwards signed with them too. I think they got Donaire. If Donaire comes and fight Inoue or fight Chocolatito, those are big fights too. But I mean, for me, Pro Bellum to me, it's a new company coming up. I think they're still growing. I think, like my son said, Richard Schaefer had Ringstar Promotion, didn't do too well, and he doesn't see too far this happening right now with Pro Bellum. So I don't know why a lot of these talented fighters would have gone with Pro Bellum. I would personally rather go with Boxer and Shalom, whatever his name is, because I think he's a young promoter, but he's putting the big fights. Look at how long it took for them to put the contract between. Eddie Hearns didn't do it. Warren didn't do it. MKT, whatever club did. None of all of in the UK didn't do it, but who did it? Boxer did it. Boxer put that fight on. The Amir Khan and Kell Brook, right? The people waiting for. So why not? You know what I mean? So I would have signed more with Boxer if it was me. One SS says the only big fights they have is for boxing nerds, for casuals, like families. Well, I mean, they have fights. It just, like I said, they don't have. It all comes to negotiating a lot of stuff. And if the money's not right for the big fights, then they're not gonna have. Look at this fighter. This guy I really like a lot, and he's fighting. I forgot what undercard he's fighting. Alvis Rodriguez, right? He was a top-ranked, I think it was, I don't know if it was Walter, what it was, top-ranked fighter, real good fighter. Anytime he got a Dominican Republic, anytime he got a knockout, he was like 11-1 to his last loss or whatever it was. He would play the guitar. Very talented guy. What does top-ranked do? They cut ties with him, and he goes to PBC. Like, okay, so he lost one fight, but that don't mean you should be judged. You like cut him off like that. I like Elvis Rodriguez. He's a good fighter. They have PBC guy Elvis Rivera. I mean, Michael Rivera. That's a talented lightweight. That's gonna be good. They got him over there. So I mean, I don't know. Do you really believe that the Buffalo is making fight behind the scene? I think he is the face of the company. I believe that the success of his son, the man can't read no more. Okay, I'm just saying. He sounds. To me, he sounds pretty coherent when they interview about things. He's well aware what's going on. So maybe he can't see, but he sure knows what's going on, and he's gonna voice his opinion one way or another. I'm quite sure that the success of Top Rank was because of the Godfather. That's why they're still here, because of the Godfather. You know, age and father time catches up with you. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get old. You can give it to your son or whatever and pass the torch on. But at some point, you have to do that. You have to realize, hey, I can put the fights on. I can do this, but like you said, but I'm not going to say. Have you watched WWF lately? Basement X is old as hell. His time is coming up too. Burnt out. I mean, he's there, but he's not there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at some point, father time catches up with you. Just like in boxing, if you don't put the best fights on, why the fighters are not in their prime, doesn't matter when they be 37, 38, because they carry and people want to see it. No, they want to see that great fights. You got to make them happen. So, yeah, it's almost 2 hours. Anybody else, anything they want to talk about that they've seen in the news, boxing? I'll stay for 10 more minutes and I'll close out. Already 2 hours. Greatly appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. If you got anything to talk about right now, here's the time to talk. I'm here. I'm open to all 18 of you. Ask me your opinion. I'll give you mine. And when BT comes back, I'll definitely ask him what you want to talk about. When it says nobody cares about the monster in the U.S. the way Top Rank promoting him. It's the reality. Yeah. It's the same thing that I told you, though. I told you the same thing. I said that earlier. If you heard me what I said Top Rank does not know how to promote their fighters. The monster might not be a big name here, but that's why he came to Top Rank so they can promote him, so people can get to know who he is. You know what I mean? So if they don't promote him, then that's on them. That's not. I know he can go back to Japan and he's still a star over there. He ain't losing out. The American people doesn't want to loosen up because they're not getting to know who Noah really is unless you're asked to study a boxing. You know who he is. All right. So it's up to Top Rank to promote him, not the other way around. Any more questions you want to ask before I close out? I'm here. I'll stay for a few more minutes. I know there was a lot of fights scheduled on the Showtime for the year. What fights are you guys looking forward to? I think there was a whole bunch. I don't even know if I wrote them down. I don't have them all. Let me see. Let me see. Just want to see if I have any other fights that I have here. I don't think I wrote the schedule down, but what are you guys looking forward to? You know, about the Showtime schedule. There's a lot of fights that are happening. I can't think offhand, but if you guys know it, let me know. Showtime's got a good schedule. I'm interested in the Ugas Spence fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Tim Tszyu is on it also, so I'm waiting for that. I mean, there's a lot of fights that are going to come up on the Showtime cards that are actually good. I'm not really excited about the Jamal fight with Sulaki. Not really at all. I would have been more happy to see Jaime Maguire with Jamal Charlo. That didn't happen. Anybody else have any more questions? Let me see. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, on. When is BT gonna take you to a fight, man? I want to see you get some big ring. If I do that, BT will turn red. I don't know. It's supposed to be. I think he said April 30th or May 30th, something like that. I forgot who's fighting. I forgot which fight it was. He told me which fight it was going to be, but I don't know right now, man. Whatever fight it is, I'm going to have fun going, you know? Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, you know, the Australian audience is going to be there for Tim Tszyu. He's going to get. We're going to get those views for sure. As far as we don't know what he is a name, but he's got to build that name. I don't think. I hope that he does pretty good, but we won't know until you know, his first fight here. See how they got to build him up here. It's not going to happen like overnight. But at least he's doing. At least he's taking the steps to do it. I just think Top Rank did Joshua Taylor dirty. I think Top Rank could have promoted Joshua Taylor better. Doesn't get the credit that he deserved. And that's like I'm saying, they have an issue on how to promote certain fighters. We said this over and over. He fought Jose Ramirez in a damn hotel full of virgins and nobody cared. He became undisputed like Canelo. Yeah, I mean, you put him in a small hotel at that. I totally agree with you. They could have put him on a bigger venue than that. This guy was undisputed, and he beat the shit out of Ramirez. I mean, we can't hate on that. That actually happened. Zhang was man. I'm going for the animal. We're big fans of the animal over here. Zhang's undefeated. He's older, much older than Philip. Shout out for him. I remember when I first called out Philip at the last fight. He couldn't speak that much English, but he showed him how to say Philip Hrgovic. I think for Hrgovic, he's been inactive for a while. Everybody's ducking. Everybody didn't want to fight him. Not Ortiz, not Joyce, not Royce Jr. I mean, nobody wanted to fight. There's a reason why nobody wanted Philip Hrgovic, but they say he's slow in this and that. But I'm happy to see him back in action and happy to see what he's gonna bring. But better than this anything, all the fools that actually turned down the fight could have been could have been in a main event with Philip Hrgovic on the Canelo card against Bivol. But guess what? They're too stupid. They underrate this guy. They don't want to give him a chance. So shout out to Philip Hrgovic. Hopefully people will see him and get him better fights because this guy from Croatia is as good as advertised. He just doesn't get the credit. And for Zhang for taking the fight, I gotta say he got more balls than King Kong Ortiz, got more balls than Ruiz Jr., than Joyce, Ruiz, all the guys that turned him down. So you gotta put respect to his name, Zhang, even if he loses, because I expect Philip to come here and do good on the co-main event, and it's good for him. That'd be a crazy fight. Both of them are about the same. I think they're both about the same age, if you ask me. Well, it'd be a wild fight, but I'd have to go with King Kong. I think King Kong's still got some power in his hands. When it says Top Rank serves the boxing hardcore, it's the truth. Only the boxing purists care about Taylor, the monster. The only one who had a mainstream was Bud Crawford. I mean, I think they had who else? They Gabe Flores. Yeah, Bud Crawford was a big fighter for them. Now Inoue, but they've had some fighters in the past that got also. They just pick and choose who they want to promote more than others. It's sad. It's a sad state of mind, but that's how promoters do. They pick their favorites over some other fighters, and so that's not right. Stay for a few more minutes and I'm out. So any more questions, anything else? Thank you, 1SS, for giving me the questions. Thank you, Robert. I thank all of you, basically. Everybody's been here. Hit the like button. Appreciate all you guys. Any more questions you want to ask me? Any upcoming fights? What do you think? Oh, shit, what is this? Yep, no Jamal Herring is. Yeah. They also know what Shakur Stevenson. There goes another one. Shakur Stevens, he's signed by Top Rank. So there you go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Jamal Harris became famous when Shakur Stevens beat his ass. But no, I'm just joking. You're right. When it says you got your opinion, we got ours. So yeah, Top Rank. Oh, like I say, like I've been saying all night. They only promote who they want to promote. But that's what all promoters. They pick who they want to do. They pick and choose. Look, for example, Rashidi Alice, a talented fighter with Golden Boy. Got him on the shelf. Like who would have a talented fighter there on the shelf? Please. Illinois rematch Donaire. I think it's supposed. I don't know if the fights. I heard something about it, but I don't know if it's in the works or not. We're only going to find out. Only time will tell. You know. With that being said, guys, I want to say good night to you guys. Thank you all for being here on this live. God bless to you all. Be here solo tomorrow. I'll be going I'll be going solo tomorrow. Brandon's gonna be doing something. So I appreciate all you guys, and thank you for being here, making this live very refreshing for me. Well, to be fair, I want to end with this: the lightweights don't get paid as much as the other divisions. They make money, but not it's just now that Roman Charlo Gonzalez passed $1 million and whatever, and now he can demand fights. But the lightweights does not make a big money fights like the other divisions. So, with that being said, God bless to you all. Thank you, Juan, for your comments. And God bless to you all. Yes, that they Demon Slayer, Jesus forgives everybody if you have belief and faith in Him. Anyway, God bless to you all. Have a good night. I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you again for making this live interesting and going back and forth. Have a good night. Thank you again.